Hello and welcome to the gallery. My name is Jon and today we are going to build ourselves a Deamon Prince of Slaanesh. Now, building a Deamon Prince, of course we could use the Deamon Prince set. But even though the set does have options, I mean, you can swap heads, you can swap a weapon, you can take out the wings and put in spikes or put in some 40k stuff. The set is even for its time, it's not a good set. I mean, it's all really stiff and unwieldy. And I mean, the Deamon Princes, they don't look good. Nobody's going to say these are beautiful models. Well, if they do say so, people can have their own opinion, but in this case, they are wrong. So we start with a Lord of Pain. Simple model, rather small, I'll grant you that, and an old tail from a forest dragon from Wood Elves, some crypt-winged wings, and various bits, mostly tentacles and some plumes, bit of spear from a black dragon rider. And this is mainly what we're going to use. Oh yeah, of course, an old base with some crap already on it, and we'll just add to that. Like with any mini, we start by clipping it from the sprue and figure out what we can use of this bad boy. Most of this miniature we're going to use, however, we are not going to use the leg, so we have no reason to clip out the other leg, as we will be removing the original one as well. And we need the hands, even though we're not going to be using much of that weapon. So, start by cleaning it up a little bit. We don't want it to look too bad. And off with his leg. This will be the fourth Deamon Prince I've already done for all the other three gods, but Slaanesh was always elusive. So finally I will be completing a set I've been making for a few years, and I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do next. Perhaps it will be the new Belagor. I have the old one, and it seems fitting. I love Deamon Princes. There's something about them, both lore-wise, character arc, everything. No idea if the models are good on the table or not. Doesn't really matter to me. So we're going to make the weapon a little bit bigger. The spike that's supposed to go out of the back of the guy, we're putting that on the mace. And it'll be a swordy axey kind of thing, so you can use it whatever rule you want. If it's an axe, use it as an axe. If it's a sword, it's a kind of sword. Yeah, sure, why not? Can be a kind of sword. Glue that in place and let it dry a little bit. Rest of the hilt goes away because he's not going to have anything in his right hand. He's a left-handed man. Gluing that hand in place, putting that armor bit. That little armor bit was the most painful thing to get on. Can't understand why. It's basically just on the front. And now we're starting on the main weapon. Clipping the hand off the lance because this is going to be our hilt. And we're going to take out all these little nubbins there and dark elf runes and stuff like that. Doesn't really fit for this build. And then a plume from a Storecaster Eternal. This was some sort of rider. And I had a lot of extra plumes, so we're using them. And don't worry, this is only a drill. Haha, I killed myself. Great, great fun. Great, great humor. My God. And drilling into the weapon as well, both for the hilt and also for the plume, just so it fits a little bit better. Less likely to fall off. Look at that, looks beautiful. And then for the plume. And this will be quite the fancy weapon after all of this. unwieldy but fancy. And then, of course, because I'm a moron, I made the hilt far too long and it would have stood down about an inch out of the base. So, shorten that up, drill it up again. No need to mention this ever again. And voila, a big old axey swordy clavey kind of thing. Now I took off his hair, gave him a little bit of trim, and then put in some plugs. I mean, a bigger plume, not plugs, obviously not. And then his head comes on, and sort of, and fancy boy. Then the X goes over there. Drilling a little bit in the back because the crypt-winged wings, we just took them as is and put a little bit of pins in them. And then we stuck them to the back. Now you see I added a lot of tentacles to the underside of him and put the picture in grayscale because I still haven't primed it, so you can get a better look of how it will look once we start painting it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me here today. There are links in the description for all kinds of stuff, social media, Patreon, all kinds of stuff. You do with it what you will. Like, share, subscribe, plop it in a chain letter. But until next time, farewell.